Yo, what's going on, y'all? We're back with another reaction video today. Got another one from Alex Rollins NFL. It says Jimmy G literally throws to just one spot, saying he only throws to the middle of the field. So we're gonna check this out real quick. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button for me. Drop some comments down below if you want to catch other videos. Subscribe, check out the channel, man. If you want to catch live reactions, hit the link in the description. Follow me on Twitch, going live weekly. And we'll get to it. Get my thoughts as we go.
The NFL knows where Jimmy Garoppolo is throwing. I know where he's throwing, you know where he's throwing, so how the hell does he keep getting away with it? The middle of the field is where Jimmy lives, sleeps, breathes, and eats, and the fact that he, in his 6th year with the 49ers, hasn't been run off the field while just throwing to this one spot is honestly shocking. He doesn't throw.
I mean, they tried to run him off the field, tried to put Trey Lance in there. But as much bad flack as Jimmy gets, I don't think he's a bad quarterback. Personally, I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I think, yeah, he can definitely improve on some things. But I like his fit in his system and his offense. And I think he's a pretty solid quarterback.
Deep. He doesn't throw outside the numbers. He throws to just one spot and one spot only. Today, we'll look at things like his yearly heat maps so I can show you exactly how crazy it is, dive into how he's able to do this so consistently, how Shanahan schemes it up, and then how defenses counter, and then how the 49ers counter those counters. We'll start with the heat maps, which show where he targets on the field. Red means he throws there more than league average.
20 targets over the middle. 21 over the middle. What is this? -5 yards. Is this handoffs or something? Why is it so hot? It's still over the middle. Middle of the field. It's interesting.
Blew less than league average, and you can see through 2020, 21, and this year, it's obvious he only throws to the middle of the field. If we know this, the NFL definitely knows this, but Jimmy is so good at attacking this area, he's still able to execute. The 49ers...
Crazy though. I mean, like, if they did expand, look at, who's this, Brandon Ayuk down here?
But Jimmy is so...
Oh, no, he was covered. Never mind.
So good at attacking this area, he's still able to execute. The 49ers lead the league with 114 short dropbacks and lead the league in in-breakers targeted over the middle. A huge part of this is Kyle Shanahan's ability to build a scheme around Jimmy's strengths and open up that space in the first place. The 49ers use the second most motion in the NFL, and with their increased usage of gap scheme runs this year, Shanahan causes...
I'm curious who has the first most motion. I would assume it's the Chiefs, probably.
Flying around at the snap. Here they're faking a gun counter run, where counter consists of 2 pullers and the running back faking outside, then coming back across for the run. The play is designed to influence these linebackers to create space for Deebo Samuel's drift route. And with Jimmy's ability to visually navigate bodies over the middle, he's able to find Deebo through a pretty murky situation. The middle is the most dangerous part to throw to, so it's critical the 49ers create movement amongst the linebackers and that Jimmy plays with great vision and anticipation.
Nice misdirection.
Linebackers are coached to read high hat, low hat on the offensive line, which means if the line drives forwards with their heads down to move people off the ball, it's a run. And when they stand up and...
I never knew that. Learned something new today. Never knew that. High hat, low hat. Low hat, run. High hat, pass. Interesting tendency.
Block and protect space like they are here, it's a pass. So the backfield motion has to be extra crazy to grab these backers' attention. Ernest Jones carries Kittle across, but look at Bobby Wagner watching.
Like, I never knew that was a tendency to look for.
Fakes outside to get the defense to flow, then goes back across. But in shotgun, it doesn't make a ton of sense since he'd just be running to the left. So when Wilson comes back for what looks like counter, Wagner knows the only reason he'd fake outside is for counter, bites on the fake, and a quarterback who's not as good at navigating the middle might throw this through the first window. Maybe they wouldn't see Wagner behind these bodies.
Would he really pick it from right there? I know, like, that's what I thought. So I feel like he hesitated initially, but I guess.
But Jimmy, like I said, has incredible vision and anticipation to pause a sec and throw through that second window. Defenses don't just get gutted by this same stuff again and again. They certainly have their answers to these over-the-middle routes. But before we dive into those, I want to get
Shout out to SeatGeek.
anything. Use them for Chargers, Pats game, quick off ticket things. I'll click the link in the description and you can download the app. So, getting back to things, although Jimmy is excellent over the middle, if everyone knows where you're throwing, it's still a problem. As I said, the 49ers lead the league in short dropbacks.
Why don't they have a lot of out route concepts? That's actually interesting.
So if you know when the ball is coming out and where it's going, there's a lot of potential for the defense to fool the quarterback. Look at all the space the Broncos are leaving in the middle. Jimmy has this 10-yard basic route that looks like it'll be wide open, and as a QB who gets the ball out lightning quick, he has to over-rely a bit more on his pre-snap read compared to others who hold on a little longer. The Broncos start in this two-high shell to make it look like there's going to be tons of space, but rotate into one-high robber, and if it wasn't batted down at the line, the Broncos might have finally had some points on the board. Let's ride. Well, for every defensive coverage, there is always an offensive answer, but the issue with this 49ers offense is Jimmy doesn't feel comfortable operating outside of his comfort zone. The 49ers know they're going to get some sort of safety rotation to rob the middle, so instead of running a route that hits over the middle, let's just run away from that safety instead. This is their spear concept, where two receivers run crossing routes with a clear-out route to open up the field. So when the safety rotates down on Ayuk, he thinks he has him had, but Ayuk keeps running and comes open. However, the pass is poorly thrown. On certain concepts, his timing and anticipation are strong suits, and when he's in rhythm and playing comfortably, he can deliver the ball into tight windows over the middle. But when defenses push all their chips to the middle of the table to stop the same thing he does over and over, the 49ers run into problems. Defenses basically dare him to throw anywhere else but the middle, and that's just not his game. He loves these two-man dagger concepts where the F receiver runs a deep through route to hold the one high safety, and the X runs a widened dover to attack that opens middle space. The problem is, the Falcons are ready. Watch Casey Hayward's technique. He's supposed to be in a deep third zone with outside leverage, but instead he knows the dagger route is coming. He knows there's no threat of Debo running behind him or breaking outside, because that's just not where Jimmy throws, and since Debo's not open, he checks it down. But as football goes, that move doesn't end the chess match. It's really—
I'm curious if they discussed that, or he knew that on his own.
Just the opening.
Like if they discussed that as a defense.
Knows how to dial up a counter to the Falcons overselling on dagger, but gunning the ball deep has never been Jimmy's strength. Now they've called a similar concept with Kittle running what looks like the deep through route to hold the safety, and then they're motioning Ray McCloud to mess with Hayward's leverage, make him think it's dagger, then run out, plus a post on the bottom from Brandon Ayuk. The idea for the concept is that Hayward will overplay dagger, which he does. The safety will be too focused on Kittle, who will break in front of him, and Ayuk will fly over the top of that safety, which he does, but with 3 different open receivers. Credit to Jimmy for going big, but his deep ball accuracy is just not it. So, okay, he's not going to hit those deep posts, which
that's
do
understandable.
require a fairly good ball deep down the field. Certainly not the easiest pass to complete. So let's instead scheme up a wide-ass open receiver. Here again is Hayward outside, with the Falcons still playing a one-high coverage. Knowing Hayward is going to play his same inside technique, and just letting anything happen over him, outside of him, really everywhere else, Shanahan fakes the deep through route with Ayuk and runs him to the corner to create a wide open receiver. When teams are comfortable completely selling out to stop the few concepts Jimmy can execute, that's when you see the sketchy plays start to pop up. In one-high coverages like this one,
that first initial pass down the middle, I think Kittle caught it on in his video. Very risky throw. It looked very similar to this one here, but he caught it. So it's like, hey, if it's completed, it's good, but it's tough. It's very similar to this here.
The field safety is literally called the post safety because he's guarding the post, also like post routes. But when he says screw it, Jimmy can't and won't throw the post to punish me, he almost comes away with the easy interception. Back to the drawing board we go, and basically the look is so juicy, even if he's not comfortable letting it rip and dunking on him over the top, you have to try it, but he just struggles to make the throw. I do think using their
I never looked at Jimmy as a quarterback who lacked arm strength.
A crazy 4.3
I forgot
40 kind of give.
Dog, I forgot about Danny Gray. I don't think I really seen, like, I watched the highlights, so I'm not seeing the players full snaps or seeing who's out there on the field throughout a whole 3-hour game. I'm not watching it, so I forgot about Danny Gray since he scored that touchdown earlier in the season. But I never looked at Jimmy as a quarterback who lacked arm strength. This is my first time like becoming aware of that. You know, I didn't know that.
Gives this away. This play feels more designed for him than Debo now, and watch JC Horn understand who's in the game and neutralize his speed by just giving him a super
JC
soft
fast
position.
too, so
This doesn't mean Shanahan is out of ideas here. Like I said, there are always good answers to any coverage.
oh, they got
and
JC
usually
and
there are
Dante
multiple.
Jackson. They got some fast
The heat
DBs.
concept is the perfect call against a post safety cutting crossers. If we go back to the last play, you can see how when the safety cuts the crosser, the corner who was on that crosser has to overlap back to the post to pick up the safety's responsibility. So here, Heat takes advantage of that rotation. Knowing the post safety will cut the crosser and that the corner will rotate deep towards the post, the 49ers fake that same concept, then wheel Debo back to the middle, where now neither the safety or the corner are guarding him, and unfortunately he drops the ball. Jimmy excels at quick passes over the middle with defenders basically in the personal space of his receivers, and the anticipation he displays paired with his rhythm is what makes him able to throw to the same spots over and over. But when defenses condense the middle and force him to take outside fades one-on-one, with receivers like Ayuk or Debo who win ISO matchups in their sleep, that's the part of the offense that is severely lacking because deep balls outside the numbers are just a huge no-no for Jimmy. The 49ers have a good offense and a good quarterback, at least one that keeps taking them deep into the playoffs. But when teams super aggressively take away the middle of the field, even if they leave other areas more open than Kiara Mia's DMs, Jimmy just doesn't have the ability to make
I don't know who
pay,
she is.
which would help keep the middle free. Shanahan has gone to ridiculous lengths to scheme around him and let him operate in this little tiny space for the last 6 years. But as defenses have caught on more, that space has shrank. Still, somehow, Jimmy has continued to hone his skills and remain afloat as a viable quarterback. There's nothing as badass as, despite everyone knowing where you're throwing, you still attack and win there. But I still want to see this offense.
I haven't seen Ross Dwelly in a few weeks.
To where Jimmy can complete other passes to open everything up. He's taken them to the Super Bowl, last year the NFC Championship. Jimmy Garoppolo is limited, but even when you, I, and everybody know what's coming, he'll still throw it up the middle and shove it right down your throat.
Good vid, good vid. It kind of flew by. I don't know why. I don't kind of flew, but yeah, man, it's interesting. Then I didn't know that. I mean, I don't know if this is just exactly what it is, but I didn't know that they ran such a limited offense because of Jimmy's limitations. But the offense is still pretty dominant, though, so it's kind of crazy at times. I said it definitely was last year. Defense is stepping up. At times, it's a dominant offense. But, you know, like bread and butter fundamentals of football, they beat many teams. But I think I just said that earlier today. I forgot what video I was watching. Bread and butter fundamental football, they beat teams, but when it comes to versatility, switching it up, that's what they need to. I said that after I reacted to the Chiefs game, but yeah, once it comes to after that, then you know, the versatility aspect, I think they can add some more. You know, when it comes to like being able to win a shootout, you can't really trust the Niners to do that. You know, but good vid, man. Shout out to Alex Rollins. We'll end it there. Comment your thoughts below. Appreciate y'all for watching. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe. Stay tuned. Stay blessed.